Let's go. Marilyn Monroe famously has a quote that says, "You have to believe in yourself when nobody does, because that's what makes you who you are." Welcome to today's episode of Amma and Kevin Unlocked, and that's exactly what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the power of belief. Can you believe in yourself? Can you believe in making the next step? Can you believe in things that you can't see yet, but it's something that your heart, your soul, your spirit is calling for? And can you hold the faith that you, like, as if you have it already before you actually get it? How are you, Kevin?
I'm excellent, thanks. How's everything with you?
Yeah, I'm good. So
Excellent.
let's get into it,
This is a
Kevin.
great topic. I'm excited. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I am too. Let's get into it. On a scale
Okay.
of 1 to 10, generally, Kevin, what is your belief power? Where is that on a scale of 1 to 10?
It does vary, but I think like on average, I like to keep it around 8 or 9 if possible.
Mhm.
Um, you know, get beat up every once in a while, but I think that's just life in general. So just trying to maintain that I think is important. And like you say, because it is what you believe is who you are. And it's all about how you self-talk. We quite often as coaches talk about that negative self-talk and what it does to you and what it creates for you. um, and then there's hundreds of thousands of examples of people who support positive self-talk and what that does, affirmations, things like that, right? An example, like just recently I was watching a segment, and Jim Carrey, who's a actor, he is a big believer in positive self-talk and believing in yourself and everything else like that. And when he was starting out, he
I
said that
love
he
his
used to.
story. Yeah.
I know, right? Like it's an amazing story, and
Mm.
how he used to go at the top, like when he moved to LA, like actors do, and then he used to sit on top of the city on a hill and just recite this affirmation that it's going to happen to him. And then at one point, actually wrote himself a check to and put it in his wallet, and then he landed a couple of really great jobs and made millions of dollars, right? That's not going to happen for everybody, but the principle is that you have to believe in yourself to achieve what you want. Because if you don't, like, how can you even sell that to somebody to believe in you? If
Mm.
you can't believe in yourself, nobody's going to believe in you, right? That's why it's so important to understand that you have to have that ability to believe in yourself, because you become your own salesperson, basically, right? Like you're telling people, no, I know I can do this, and you have to believe it. It's just like, if you're looking for funding for a business, this is what I'm doing. I know this is going to happen, and you have the statistics and everything you need for it, and you do that. But you can sell it because you believe it, because you believe in yourself.
Absolutely. But I want us to go back and start from the very beginning. So if somebody stumbled across this video and they have no idea what, not even self-belief, what the hell is belief? People talk about
Mhm.
believe, 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 believe. What is it?
For me, I think believing is something. Believing in something that has maybe not transpired yet, or something that you want, or something that you hope to have happen. Um, because it is based on thoughts and wishes or dreams or whatever, right? So, but you have to believe that it's possible. And so it really is very fluid in the beginning, like you have a thought, then, you think about something and you think like, you know what, I think I can do that. I'm pretty sure I can do that. And you do a little bit more thinking about it and think, kind of maybe set up like some kind of timeline or pattern for it, depending on what it is. And then like, you know what, I believe I have the skill set to do that. I believe I have the confidence to do that. I believe I have the ability to do that. And then you believe you can do that. And then it becomes reality,
Mm.
right? It's all about, it's just like a baby. It starts in a very small, tiny little egg, and then it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And that's what your belief is. It starts with a little tiny egg, and then it just grows and grows and grows, because you believe in yourself and you believe that you can do something, and you can make something happen, or you can invent something or build something, because you believe you have the ability to do that.
Mhm. Beautifully explained. And I'll just add a little bit more to that. If you're just exploring the whole belief system, for me, it's kind of like the universal laws of things like law of attraction, law
Hmm.
of gravity. You don't really have to understand exactly how the science and all the mechanism comes together, but you do know that thoughts become things. We've all had evidence of, right, I'm gonna think
Yeah.
about coming to you in Canada one day, and that thought will eventually, if I keep thinking about it, it'll manifest to something. So there's something, whether we understand it or not, in the universe that suggests when you believe, right, I'm gonna achieve an outcome. This is my intention in my head. This is what I want to
Yeah.
achieve. And you hold that thought, especially as if you already have it. So you get into the
Hmm.
vibration of, I've wished for it, I have it now, I've received it, and start operating as if you have. So, as a confidence coach, for example, very often
Hmm.
I teach people about don't wait till you've arrived at whatever your head of confidence looks like. If you were today, from this moment, to feel confident and be confident and walk confidently and talk confidently, what would that look like? Start practicing that now and start almost acting like it until you become it.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, basically, that's my view of belief. It's about having faith in something you can't see, you can't touch, you can't experience.
Yeah.
You own it as if you already have it. So typically at this time of the year, a lot of us are thinking about, right, this is my intention for the year, this is my goal, this is my
Hmm.
keywords, whatever it is that you've got your sight on, as in your next level of growth, your next level of targets, whatever it is, it starts first with a thought. And it starts with a thought that is more positive than negative, also, that you have either a burning desire behind it, and every cell in your being, the more you believe, right, I can do it, even if
Yeah.
it's climbing a mountain, you've never done it before, you can just see yourself on top of the summit in victory mode,
Yeah.
celebrating. The more likely you're like to get there. Then if you have a spirit of doubt, it's not going to work. I want it, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. And actually, also the cool thing about belief and faith is that you don't have to get behind the how. You just got to have the
Hmm.
intention and get to work on it. Take little tiny baby steps towards that outcome that you want.
Hmm.
And as a mom, for example, I'll give you the analogy of even conception.
Hmm.
You just know that in 9 months' time, I'm going to have a baby. You don't doubt that,
Yeah.
that, you go into it believing that everything is going to be all right. And,
Hmm.
most of the
Hmm.
time it is okay. So, yeah, I can't
Yeah.
talk about belief without also stepping into faith. And I know that people come from all different walks of life around faith. But for me, the faith
Hmm.
that I'll sell most, like the Marilyn Monroe quote that we started with, is at least have faith in yourself that you have, like you
Yeah.
said earlier, the capabilities and the determination and the resilience to be able to focus your mind on that thing that you want, the outcome that you want, the
Hmm.
results that you want, and just take the smallest little steps towards getting it.
Yeah, it's very true. And all you have to do is look at anyone who's achieved something and how they went through that. I don't think you would find somebody who's achieved what they wanted or accomplished something really extraordinary or whatever if they didn't believe in themselves. So, like I don't think it's ever happened. Like you could ask everybody, and I'm sure nobody would say, "No, I was really lucky because I did not believe I could do it." Like you always believe you can do it. That's how you get there. It's it's the foundation of your success is
Yes.
believing that you can do it. I believe I can start this business. I believe I can be successful. I believe I can be a speaker. I can believe I can be a husband, a father, all of those things, right?
Mhm.
It is just so solid.
Yeah.
And um, you know, look at like you said, faith. How many people, everybody has a different faith or religion. How many people ever seen the person or being or thing that they believe in? Like how many? None, right? Like nobody's been there, right? It's that kind of thing. But you believe it's there because you need that to have something to hang on to, it, to have something to reach for, to strive for. And that's what That's what your belief is. Like you believe it because you can get it, you
Mhm.
can reach it, you can grab it, right? And feel it. That's what it's about. It's, in times of, when you're stressed out or you feel like your entire world is coming down, what do most people do? Like they look outside of themselves to something bigger, some
Yes.
faith, right? And it's just like, even the people that believe in something that aren't always consistent with it, it's just like, yeah, I know I haven't talked to you for a while, but wow, I need your help right now, right? It's just like
And
that's
on
what
a fast
happens.
track as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, can I go in the express lane because I'm really, know, um, but it is that it's there because it's human nature, and it's you have to believe that you do it. It's almost a protection thing,
Mm.
right? Like you're using it as a protection thing because that's something that nobody can take away from you either,
Yeah, and
right?
that's something nobody can
Like,
do for you. Somebody can't believe on your behalf.
yeah,
You have to
yes,
believe in
right,
your own magic or capabilities or the design.
exactly.
Kevin, I heard you say
Yeah.
that some people, nobody has ever seen God and come back to report it, but some people claim they have. I was going
Well,
somewhere and I saw God, or people who've had near-death
yeah.
experiences. Can you think of a time in your own life where you made the impossible possible because you believed?
I've actually several, but they're totally
Something you
unbelievable.
can share? Something clean.
This, I have a really like I really believe that everybody has somebody watching out for them and somebody taking care of them, right? Because like I have myself been in incredible situations. For example, and I remember this from it was a long time ago. I'm like in my 60s now, and it was when I was under 20, so I was like 19 or something. And I was in Hamilton, Ontario, and on I was going through the intersection of Maine and I can't remember the crossroad, but the light was green, and I was going through that light, and there was a car that went through the red light going the other way, and I looked at the car and I saw that car literally coming at me, and somehow I would in the next second I was on the other side of the intersection. And like honestly, I know it sounds bizarre, but there is no way that that car should not have hit me. Like just no way. And that's like I sat there. I probably sat there for a good 40 minutes after,
Thinking
just
how?
in shock, right? Like because I don't know what happened, and that car never stopped.
Mm.
Um, but another person behind me stopped and said, like, "Are you okay?" Um,
It never
because they saw me
stopped
just
after
sitting.
that.
No,
I don't
right?
know.
But I get like, but why? Because they didn't hit me, right? But they should have hit me, but they didn't.
He was
So,
in a big rush.
like, I was 19 and I was driving a car. I can assure you, it wasn't the type of car that would accelerate that fast, right? It would be on a 19-year-old budget. So the car itself,
And
lucky
first
the wheels
car.
even turned. Never mind drove fast, right? But it was that type of thing, and I like, I honestly believe that things like that happen.
Mm.
Um, and I think too, with my children. Like I wanted to have children, and I believed that I could have children. And I remember specifically the day that I like you. As horrifying as this sounds, like you basically go online and see all these kids that are available for adoption. And I was flipping through thousands and thousands of kids, and I fell upon two kids. And within a second, I was just like, "Wow, these are the kids that I'm going to adopt, right?" And like the chances of that are pretty. But I took that picture, I printed it, I cut it out, I put it in a frame, I put it on my desk at work. Everybody's like, what the like, poor thing, right? And then I pursued it. And then I believed that I was going to get those
They're
kids,
yours.
and that's what I got.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I pushed and pushed and pushed and went through every loop I had to go through and every ring, jumped through every hoop, and eventually got them. And it was because I believed that I should have those children. Like
Mm.
they should be my kids for whatever reason. Like for maybe, somewhere in their lives, in that time that we spent together, I made a difference somehow, and
Of
I was meant to
course.
have that, and that was it. So
And
I
likewise, I'm
look
sure
at
they made a
that.
difference to you because of the man you
Ab-
are since fathering, building
Absolutely.
fatherhood skills.
Yeah, like any parent, they make you realize, well, incredible things about yourself. Oh wow, I don't think I've ever cried so much in my life. Oh wow, I didn't believe I had that much strength. Oh wow, I don't think I've ever been that angry. Like, I think they're incredible, right?
The bumpy
Um,
journey of parenthood.
yeah, exactly, right. But that's the other thing, like believing that you can be a good parent, believing that like you're not gonna let them down, or whatever. Like it's just that whole process is constantly believing your children never leave you, and it doesn't matter, if you've lost a child or not, you're always a parent, and you're always going to be a parent, right?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it's
I also
mhm.
remember many situations that I've been in that I believed in the impossible could be possible. The first is like a really bad almost a plane accident that I was in. And the aircraft dropped several meters for quite a while. And
Whoa.
everybody was wailing and screaming. And I was with my daughter, who would have been about a year and a half at the time. And I
Oh
just
my
thought,
goodness.
this cannot be the end. There's no way no matter what, I'm
Yeah.
going to survive. Like, even if my faith isn't as strong as it should be, in that moment, I just really anchored to, I know there is a God.
Hmm.
You're going to put angels around this aircraft. No matter what, it's going to stop falling the way it's doing. So that's a miracle that I think, wow, I have to believe more. This worked, And
I know, right? That's their way of saying, like, don't mess around with me, okay? I'm gonna do this for you. Like, don't be turning your back on me.
and then many things that you might call coincidences, but I feel like
Yeah.
my faith and my belief in uh really focusing on a positive outcome made a huge
Yeah.
difference. But another thing also is that my first pregnancy, I had a miscarriage. And during that
Hmm.
miscarriage, I had what they call an ERPC operation, which is just a simple operation. They clean you out because unfortunately I had
Right.
a miscarriage. So you lose a fetal heartbeat inside. Unfortunately, they put a junior doctor on me who perforated my womb. And when I woke up,
Mm.
they told me, it was a long story, but when I woke up, they told me that I was never going to have children because
Oh
of the
wow.
accident that happened. But again, my dad is a beautiful Christian, and he told me that's not it. You're going to be a mum. You just have to keep believing that you can be. And
Hmm.
obviously, you know the ending of that story. I'm a mother of two kids.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Amazing kids.
Yeah, thank you. Um, so I just feel like there's something, I don't know what it is, but there's something
Mhm.
to at least have a sense of wonder and curiosity about this whole faith and
Sure.
belief things. What is possible when you believe? There's people
Yeah.
who the medical records have told them, right, that's it, we can't do anything for
Yeah,
you. And then they've just literally shocked doctors and medical practitioners by the
for
power of
sure.
believing that they're going to be okay. There's people who've been, had addictions, or, they're
Yeah.
losing their home or whatever, and they just kicked in this belief and faith thing and got a positive outcome. So I
Mhm.
feel like we have more to gain when we choose to believe than just stay in a
Yeah.
non-belief state, right? And I'm not pushing
Yeah.
any kind of religious agenda, just
Mhm. No,
believe
no.
it's possible.
No, exactly. Anything, right? But this is a good point to just say to people watching, like if you've had an experience and you want to share it with us, put it in the comments for sure. Like
Oh
that would be
yeah, I'd love
so
to know your story
exciting
of
to
belief.
hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be so cool to hear other people's stories about it. And, I'm sure thousands of people have them. So, feel free by all means to share with us. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah,
It'd be great.
absolutely. So what are you
Mhm.
believing for yourself in 2024, Kevin, as we step into the new year? What are you believing is possible for you? And I want it to be around
um,
something that feels impossible. So it needs to be bold and audacious, but with the power of belief, you're going to manifest it. And this time next year, we're going to sit here and you're going to say to me, holy moly, Amma, guess what? That conversation that we had on the 20th of December, 2023, ta-la!
ta-da! Actually, I have a whole list. Like, so in 2024, I'm going to have at least one of my biggest speaking engagements ever.
What does that
I
look
am
like?
going
Describe
to.
it. What stage, where? Let's get specific.
It's going to be in. It's going to be for a conference, launching a company conference for maybe 1,000 people, and I'm going to be a speaker that is basically kicking it off to motivate them to launch their 3-day program or conference that they're having. And with that, I would offer my services as well and sell my book that hopefully be ready by then as well.
Okay,
So
in belief, there's no hopefully about it. Can you say that again with a
that's
bit
right.
more certainty?
Yes, I can. So I'll be selling my book at that conference as well.
Will your book be launching in London?
Yes, as a matter of fact, not in April when I first go, but shortly afterwards, I'll have to come back for it. So
Okay,
it'll be
awesome.
good. Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
standing on a stage speaking to 1,000 people, a book launch. What
Yeah.
else? What's the title of the
And
book?
then just I have two possible titles, which
Okay.
I'm not really sure. One title is called Resilience,
Hmm.
um, and then the other one is not quite as pleasant to say, but I would still like
What's the other one
um,
called? Resilience?
the first one's called Resilience,
Uh-huh.
and the other one would be something with obviously asterisks and exclamation marks, but it would mean, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" That would be the other one.
Okay. All right. Are
So
you fucking kidding me right now? Resilience. I have a picture. I have a picture of that reel that you posted of you falling in the sea
mhm.
and coming out again.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, but are you fucking me? Are you what? Fucking
Are
kidding
you
me? What?
fucking kidding me? Right?
Are you fucking
That
kidding
wasn't
me?
because
Yeah? What does
there
that
was
mean to you? What's that about?
in me like there was a there. It's kind of the same thing, resilience, right? And it's a phrase that a lot of my friends have said to me, like, if you ever write a book, it's going to be called "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" Because that was a phrase that I used to use all the time. When somebody would tell me something that was shocking or unbelievable, I'd be like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" Right? So, so that was sort of that's kind of the thing. It's same book, different title, right?
Oh,
But it
right.
means the
Okay.
same thing because it is all about like just you're dealing with stuff that's thrown at you constantly. Like my life has been a series of really bizarre events. Like I've just experienced things that maybe some people don't think it's incredible, but I think seeing a person get shot is pretty incredible. Like I think being stabbed is pretty incredible. I think dealing with some of the things that I went through, I think it's pretty incredible. Like it's a lot of stuff, right? Um, so it's that kind of thing, right? It's just like, wow, are you kidding me right now? Like another one, right? So it's based on that really, and just about what I've been through and how I survived it, what I did to get over it and past it, and bouts of depression and talking about things like that and how to deal with that and how to get through it when you think you've lost all hope but you really haven't, and when you think you are doing something that's not worth doing and you realize it's the most wonderful thing to be doing, things like that. Really just a whole story of what I've been through for 62 years and put it there. But it's got a lot of learning points, a lot of learning lessons in it about how you can do it. And really, like, it just shows you. And I never really thought my life was extraordinary before, but, talking to people and telling stories, they're shocked and amazed. So I think it is a little bit special. And I think I do have a lot of stuff to offer. And I do have a lot of things that I could say to people that would say, you know what, fuck, I can do that. I'm going to do that, right?
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. It's just about showing people you can do whatever you want,
Well,
no matter what happens to you.
they're both fantastic titles, and I'm going to hold a vision. I'm going to hold a vision of believing for you that you're going to manifest this amazing book
Thank
into
you.
reality and empower, encourage, and support other people. And yes, we all have a story. We all have a compelling story when you really sit down and go to work on actually whether you believe or don't believe. This
Hmm.
belief concept has been navigating and carrying you through many chapters of your life, whatever you've gone through. The fact that, if you're a grown adult, some element of belief has been traveling with you through your
Hmm.
journey of life. So,
Yeah.
yes, get behind your faith, whether consciously or unconsciously, and find what you can believe in. Believe in yourself, most of all, start there. Believe in your heart, your mind, what your soul came to express. Believe in the power of reaching out for help and surrounding yourself with people who can actually lend their faith to you when you don't believe in yourself and help you draw a picture of what life can look like so that you can live your best possible version. On that note, end the doorbell. Kevin.
Okay, thanks for driving. No, your cue.
Yes,
All
that's the
right.
cue.
Okay, well, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
And thanks everybody. But honestly, if you want to, please share with us your stories, because it would be fantastic to read them and fun. And you know, if it's a really good story, we'll bring you on and have a session with you as well. So that would be
Yeah.
fun too, just to talk about your situation, how you manage things. That would be good. We could do a whole segment on that. So look forward to it.
Absolutely. Would love to know what came true for you because of the power of your belief. So do get in
Exactly.
touch. Kevin, thank you so much.
All right.
And I'll
Thank
see you
you.
in the next episode. Thank you. Keep believing, guys.
Okay, bye.
Take care.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.